Hello, cousins. Welcome back to Ellie's Zone. 11:44 a.m. I'm here and don't cry and stay focused. Like Lil Wayne, don't cry. Like fucking love you, but also stay focused. Like pick a goal or pick several goals and stay focused. Yeah, the hermit. Don't get too distracted. Like don't start over analyzing everything because Virgo is definitely, analyzing the fuck out some shit. Don't start over analyzing things because with the tower in reverse and the hangman, you avoid a tower moment, you avoid a disaster. It's like you see it coming, you still manage to avoid it. Feel like you're not interested or you don't want to be bothered. It's like a lot of people just the star. It's like everybody wants something or everybody needs something. Everybody's just irritating. The empress in the world. It's like you just want something brand new. You want everything new. Here you are, the death. So something has you like on the hooks and shit because you like, man, what the fuck? Like it's something that's distracting the hell out of you. It could be a relationship or a family, maybe like whatever. Could be like a side hustle. I'm hearing a sidekick or a psychic that have you distracted as fuck. See, here's the thing. I feel like this is you, but it could be another way. I feel like this is you going, something's happening. Okay, it takes your attention. It focuses on that. Then you start to you like really analyze. Let me see how this shit goes. You avoid a tower moment. You like, okay, the star. Like, okay, confirmation that everything is cool. And then the death, you're back into your energy. Like, okay, so that dumb shit is over, or whatever that is, that's over. Like, I feel like you just need to slow it down a little bit. You need to just think it through. Like something shit's not as bad as it seems, or things are not always a fucking tower moment. It's not always like a bunch of shit going on. Like keep control of your emotions as best as you can, and don't like it's like don't jump to conclusions type shit. Cause I feel like you start to look at something, you start to freak out, and then it's like fuck, like you preparing for a tower, but the tower doesn't come. You get the confirmation that everything's good, then you back into your energy. It's like, but I feel like I just said that because I know I did, so I feel like this shit keeps happening. What's this? But I feel like you have the devil in reverse and the sun. I feel like you have you got a solution to it. Like, um, something that eases your mind or something. I don't know. But I feel like you get confirmation that everything is okay and you don't have to like, I don't know. What's this? I feel like you just be stressing about shit. The lovers and the chariot. Yeah, it's like, so this is like a relationship. It's like you start to focus on like the relationship. Okay, this is wrong. This is wrong. Okay, this is a tower. This is happening. It's like everything is always fucking happening. But the world, this reading is really like over for real. It's like something is, I don't know. It's almost like you feel like you gotta keep, you feel like you gotta keep, not necessarily problem solving, but it's like it's always something. Like you feel like you gotta keep looking into shit, but then it's like okay, that's the thing. Okay, that's cool. That's the thing. That's cool. It's like shit just keeps happening. What's this? The magician and the high priestess. Yeah, so it's like your intuition. So like at for 2 seconds, it's like everything is just fucked up. It's like man, everything's going wrong. Everything's going wrong. The strength of justice, the will of fortune, the temperance, and the fool. But you wait it out for a second and you avoid the tower moment. Like you wait it out, everything is cool. But it's like that's what has your attention. You're overly extra distracted by whatever the fuck this is. But it's like, yeah, the horrifying, but it's peace. The justice is all balanced out, or like whatever it is. It's like, so if there's a problem, it's like the shit just keeps getting cleared out, but it just keeps like different ones keep popping up. So I feel like the way that you're dealing with like conflict or problems, I feel like the way that you're dealing with the shit is totally, it starts to change. Like if you keep doing something a certain way, or you keep trying to handle the conflict a certain way and it doesn't work, then I feel like overall it's like, okay, that shit don't work. Let me try something else. Okay, that shit didn't work. Let me try something else. Yeah, the Emperor. So gaining control. The Emperor, the Judgment, the Tower, and the Hangman. It's like, all right. So this is just being prepared for the dumb shit. It's like, yeah, man, it's always some goofy, stupid ass shit going on. Let me just prepare for it. Like Wheel of Fortune. It's almost like you can set your clock by this shit. What's this? But the Devil in reverse and the Sun, it's like, so it's like, so if you have a conflict, once it gets clear, once you get the confirmation that everything is clear, then it's like you turn around. The Hermit is going back and re-looking at shit. So that's like when you take a test and you pass the test, but you still get something wrong, or you fail the test, you get to go back, you get to look at which ones you got wrong and what the right answer is. It's like you start to do that shit. When shit goes left, you kind of like fall back for a second with the Hangman, see what's gonna happen, and then with the Devil in reverse, it's like, all right, maybe it's not as bad. And then the Sun looking at the shit to be like, okay, that's what the fuck's going on. Okay. But I feel like it's a assumption type of thing, like jumping to conclusions type shit. The Empress in reverse. Yeah, the World. So something is solid, is stable. It's just the fact of what the fuck is going on. And it's just it's confusion. Confusion that leads to a conclusion, but it's still fucking confusion. It's like, what the fuck is even happening? But you are the sign of transformation. So if something isn't going your way, you do. It's like shit. I mean, I really could just destruct all this shit and call it a fucking day. I mean, that is Scorpion energy to just destruct some shit. But at the same time, y'all are the sign of fucking mental manipulation, which means that sometimes it could be some shit you thinking about. Again, with the Hermit being the first card, I feel like you start to actually pay attention to whatever the fuck's happening. I don't know. If you want peace, what brings it? If you want chaos, what makes it happen? It's almost like knowing which buttons to push to trigger certain things. But I feel like you're figuring that shit out. Like, okay, if I do this, this causes this to happen. If I say this makes this happen. If I whatever, like it's like you're starting to understand what you do, how it triggers, or you're starting to understand how and when to push buttons. Like, but it's like you can do that safely without it being a problem or without a problem being involved. I don't know. The Temperance and the Justice, it's taking time to figure shit out. But I feel like something that you didn't see before, you do see it now. The Hermit, the Tower in reverse, and the Star. That's like looking for your keys and they right in front of your face, but you can't find them. Justice. Yeah, so taking the time to figure it out, taking the time to look and see what the fuck is causing the issue, the delay, the suspension, what's causing that shit to happen. It's like looking at that and being like, okay, this compared to this makes this doing this does this. It's like you figure it out. Like it's like figuring it's like looking at like a bookshelf and you want to build the bookshelf and they come with instructions and the parts are labeled and all of that shit. It's like taking a closer look instead of being like, fuck it, I don't need the instructions. I'ma just put the shelf together myself. Instead of doing that shit, it's like actually looking at the fucking paper. So I feel like that's what happens. It's like going and looking at something and being like, okay, I know how to do this. I know how to that's the assumption, and that's highly presumptuous. Don't you think? to look at something and be like, shit, I know how to put that together, but you don't. I know how that works, but you don't. And then looking and being like, fuck it, let me just look at the instructions. Let me just see how they put it together. Yeah, that shit makes a difference. When you look at something and feel like you know how it's put together versus when you look at the instructions and realize how to actually put that shit together, two totally different things. I feel like you start to notice that shit instead of being destructive. You're just like, well, fuck it. Let me just like you stop being destructive. I don't know how else to put that shit. The star, the death, and the devil in reverse. Instead of throwing away the entire bookshelf, how about you just read the instructions? And then you're like, fuck it, let me just read the instructions. So you actually start to pay attention to what's causing this shit. And then it's like, okay, all right. So now shit starts to make sense. This in relation to this makes this happen. This in relation to this makes this happen. You start to fucking see it because now it's like you damn near have an instruction manual. Like something is not as hard or as difficult as you thought it was. But that's because you're analyzing and not over analyzing. You're actually paying attention to whatever it is now. The hangman actually looking at it and being like, fuck, like maybe I'm looking at this wrong or maybe I'm wrong. Like it's like that. It's just avoiding tower moments. Like I don't know what the fuck is causing that shit, so I'm cool. Let me just look into it real quick. I feel like that's what you start to do. It causes a transformation, just not a destructive transformation. So you're still in your element, like you. But it's like realizing that you might not know everything that there is to know to put that shit together. You might not know everything that you need to know to make that shit happen. That's the reality. What's this? Yeah, the Empress. So something brand new. The Empress and the Wheel of Fortune. All of a sudden, it's like you start to see changes and positive changes. But it's like, what the fuck? But it's due to paying attention. It's like, oh, okay, that's what that is. Yeah, the moon. It's almost like you were refusing to see something before, and now you see it. Now you see it. Double world, double justice, and the Wheel of Fortune. It's like, okay, this is combining two different things to make something else. What is it? Red and blue make purple. You combine two different things and make something totally something brand fucking new. I feel like that's what it is. It's just taking time to pay attention or taking time to actually like acknowledge or something. I don't know. I just feel like you was refusing to see something before, and with the temperance, only a matter of time, but finally changes it around. Like the moon, the fool, and the strength. It's just simply realizing maybe there's something I missed, or maybe there's something I'm not seeing. Like it's very simple. Maybe there's something I don't know. Like it's that fucking simple. And then you fucking figure it out. It's like it's literally that simple. I'll be right back.